This is the Omaha News, presented by the School of Communication at the University of Nebraska at Omaha, from the studios of UNO Television.
Hello, I'm Ellis Gibbons.
And I'm Lasagna Hart. Welcome to the Omaha News. Thanks for joining us.
Today, we'll look at the controversy surrounding the possible construction of the CVS pharmacy in Dundee.
We'll also be talking to Jordy Clements, the co-developer for Omaha.net, a website dedicated to offering a public service for Omaha. The Mayor Suttle Recall Committee are planning to attempt to remove Mayor Jim Suttle from office. The group will file paperwork with the Douglas County election concerning the mayor's removal. The committee hopes to gather the needed number of registered Omaha voters in order to force a special recall election in January.
An Omaha City Council vote means an unwelcome change for some Dundee citizens. Sam Petto covers just what happens when the promise of economic development clashes with the neighborhood's traditions.
Stothard? Yes. Thompson?
Yes.
Festerson?
No.
Gray?
Yes.
Jerem?
No.
Mulligan?
No.
Mr. President?
Yes.
It passes on a 4-3 vote.
In a 4-3 decision, the Omaha City Council approves plans for a CVS pharmacy in Dundee. The reversal of last month's decision comes only days after public outcry over Councilman Ben Gray's changed vote. CVS dissent isn't hard to find. Currently, the No CVS box in Dundee Facebook page sports over 1,200 members. 1,200 who want to restrict redevelopment to existing commercial land and match architecture before any construction begins. Despite the opposition, CVS officials say that the Dundee location is integral to their business strategy. Something that protesters just couldn't believe Thursday at a rally outside the future CVS home.
These buildings have been here for, some of them over 100 years, almost 120 years, and CVS is just wanting to destroy them and basically do nothing to maintain the look and feel of this neighborhood.
The protest drew almost 40 people looking to have their voices heard.
This public hearing should mean something. They shouldn't be able to get one vote, then go behind people's back and get another vote that they want.
Though the Dundee CVS isn't without supporters, only time will tell if the location was worth the fight. For the Omaha News, I'm Sam Petto.
CVS says it'll open 3 more locations in the metro area by early 2011. A timeline for Dundee construction has yet to be set.
Police are puzzled about the origins of 13 gravestones found in an abandoned home on 86th and C Street. Only 3 of the grave markers have complete names: Howard H. Biggs, Freeman Embry Brown Jr., and George Andrew Tate Jr. These men were identified as World War II veterans. Police are unable to determine how the stones ended up in the empty home. Former Sarpy County Sheriff and local political figure Pat Thomas died at 70 years old Tuesday night. Thomas was rushed to the Midland Community Hospital after collapsing in his home. Thomas gained notoriety in 1983 after publicly taunting an unknown killer following the murder of 2 13-year-old boys. John Joubert was later convicted and executed for those crimes. Thomas served on the Sarpy County Board up to the time of his death.
The 2011 budget recently signed by Mayor Jim Suttle is requiring people that don't live in Omaha to pay a fee to maintain the city streets. As Melissa Ballerin reports, some people are just not happy with the new tax.
With a projected deficit of $20 million for 2011, the new budget for the city of Omaha is of utmost importance. And in a time of economic woes, an extra $50 a year can make a difference. Catherine Shosey works at Methodist College of Nursing on 87th and Burt and lives in Sarpy County on 168th and Giles. In 2011, she will have to pay an extra wheel fee as part of the 2011 budget.
I mean, I think they have the right to charge people whatever they want, if they want to charge people to come to work in Omaha, but I think that it's going to hurt Omaha ultimately because if I was looking for a new position, I would do everything I can not to work in Omaha now.
Deputy City Attorney Tom Mumgard helped write the amendment to extend a vehicle fee to people who only work in Omaha but don't live there.
Basically, it's a compensation for the use of the streets, so that the people who use the streets and cause deterioration of the streets pay to fix that deterioration.
People who live in Omaha are already paying the fee when they register their car, but they will soon see an increase of $15, making it $50 instead of $35.
I said for decades we've had people within Omaha who live in Omaha have had to, under state law, they have to register their car here where they live, and as part of that registration they would pay this Omaha registration fee.
The new vehicle registration increase will go into effect on October 1st, while the commuter fee will go into effect at the beginning of the year. For the Omaha News, I'm Melissa Ballerin.
For more questions regarding the new wheel fee, contact the City of Omaha Law Department. The Omaha Nighthawks play their first game on Friday and are looking to make waves this season, both in the field and on the stands. More on that later.
We'll also be looking at the controversy in Omaha surrounding the legalization and usage of the herbal incense known as K2. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
UNO Television.
Students work with professionals who have all kinds of experience in the industry.
Lights, camera, action. Literally.
Get paid while you learn more about the TV business.
Work on all kinds of productions.
My friends who worked on TV crew last semester are now working part-time at local stations.
Working on TV crew is a great experience.
UNO Television. Student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
Breathtaking, electrifying, inspiring. Award-winning documentaries produced by UNO Television offer you a window on the history of Omaha and the world. Beginning with the acclaimed 2-hour documentary on the history of Omaha, If These Walls Could Speak, UNO Television has developed a reputation for producing high-quality programs that explore, educate, and enlighten. These outstanding productions can be part of your home video collection. For information about purchasing VHS or DVD copies, call 554-2516 or visit our website at unotv.unomaha.edu.
Most local television news only gives you brief headlines about issues that may be important to you. But for more than 10 years, only one program has remained dedicated to examining all the information about issues that really matter to Nebraskans. I'm Kathy Wyatt, and it's my privilege to present those issues for your consideration. Join me on the campus of UNO in a program we call Consider This, every week on the Knowledge Network.
A new form of herbal incense is causing much controversy in Nebraska. Jackie Scarda reports on what is being done about this problem in Omaha.
A synthetic form of marijuana is one of the newest ways to get high. The drug, called K2, is legal to use in Nebraska and is popping up everywhere. K2 is a blend of herbs and spices sprayed with chemicals meant to mimic the effects of marijuana. Paul Carter, executive director of Pride Omaha, says little is monitored in Nebraska on the herbal incense market.
Actually, when a young person opens up that package, they have no idea what they're getting. And it might not be just synthetic THC spread on those herbs and spices. It could be another designer drug.
Some K2 users have experienced increased agitation, elevated blood pressure and heart rate, paranoia, hallucinations, vomiting, and psychotic episodes. But proponents of the drug say that alcohol and tobacco have negative health effects as well, but are legal to use. One herbal incense provider, who wishes to remain anonymous, says the government should change its focus.
Perhaps what they should do is encourage politicians to cease taking lobbying funds and cease meeting with lobbyists from the tobacco and alcohol industries, whose usage is far more widespread than any herbal incense.
Some states have already banned K2 and have seen a new product called K3 emerge. Carter says that Senator Bo McCoy will introduce legislation in January to ban both K2 and its counterparts. Until then, Carter says that his organization will continue to educate people about the drug. For the Omaha News, I'm Jackie Scarda.
Herbal incense is currently sold in head shops around Omaha.
Omaha's first professional football team, the Nighthawks, will open up their season on Friday when they play against the Hartford Colonials at Rosenblatt Stadium. The Nighthawks expect to have a busy month in October as they are scheduled to play 4 games, 2 which are away. As of late August, the team has sold more than 8,000 tickets, with an undisclosed significant amount this month. The Nighthawks' first game is expected to set record attendance.
The UNO UFO Study Group is gearing up to launch a live remote on the top of the Durham Science Center observation deck early next month.
Reporter Ben Bohal is live at the UNO Milo Bale Student Center to tell us how the group has prepared for the event and what the group does. How's it going, Ben?
Pretty good, Alan. The UNO UFO Study Group has a history of trying to make the club more accessible to students in science and even the unknown. The live remote that will be hosted on top of the Durham Science Center observation deck is an attempt to get the word out.
So what's really out there? That's the topic of tonight's discussion as experts and newcomers alike of the UNO UFO Study Group discuss which sightings and reports might have validity and which ones might just be a hoax. The real show, however, is what's happening outside the auditorium and up in the sky.
They have to have white, red, or green lights by FAA standards. Anything else in the sky is not supposed to be there. So if you see that, wave excitedly in the air and ask me questions, because I would love to see it.
We have a technical glitch that we can't hear back from the station.
Despite the challenges of preparing for a live remote to be broadcast on Maverick Radio, students and staff are still able to have a good time just exploring the unknown.
You know, most people that divulge government secrets usually get arrested.
Energy that is required.
Watching the skies and the tough preparation for a live remote all goes back to the spooky action at a distance radio show, every Friday night from 5 till, well, whenever. A steady mix of classic rock and science talk takes up most of the night, but there's always time for messing around.
Dave wants space buddies. He wants the guy, the alien, that'll come down the flying saucer, crack open a beer, and watch football.
I like that idea, though. Yeah,
I could tell.
You can make accusations about nerds or guys wearing tinfoil antennas on their heads, but really, they're just a bunch of normal guys doing what they love.
Give him some gang sign, pal.
Oh, yeah.
Working.
Now, a specific date on when the group will be doing the live remote hasn't been worked out yet. Club President Dave Paris has told me that once all the technical kinks have been worked out, they'll be ready to get out there and broadcast live from the Durham Science Center. Judging by the practice run alone, I'd say they'll have quite the turnout.
That was Ben Bohal reporting live for the Omaha News.
The University of Omaha hit a milestone this fall as more than 10,000 undergraduate students registered for classes. More than 2,000 of these students live on campus, altering the feel of a university that once was a ghost town at nights and on the weekends. Right now, UNO has more than 15,000 full-time, part-time, and graduate students, but UNO leaders expect that number to reach 20,000 in the next decade. The latest increase of full-time students is attributed to a tuition discount program for those living just across the Missouri River. An influx of students from western Iowa has replaced the part-time commuters.
The Nebraska State Patrol is hoping to generate tips on cold cases with the use of playing cards. More on that later.
Omaha.net is the new place to get the latest information on what's going on in Omaha. We'll be speaking to the website's co-owner and operator, Jordy Clements. This and much more coming up on the Omaha News.
The University of Nebraska at Omaha is where you'll find unlimited possibilities. At UNO, our 15,000 students are learning what they need to know to join the workforce of tomorrow. With 200 programs, students participate in innovative academics and are engaged in dynamic campus and community life. The University of Nebraska at Omaha. Step up to the metropolitan advantage at bmav.com.
Maverick Sports has found a classy new home for football, hockey, and basketball coverage. Classical 90.7 KVNO. For schedule information, go to kvno.org. KVNO, the voice of Omaha's team, the UNO Mavericks.
Feed your brain with original programs from the Knowledge Network. TKN combines the resources of educational and television experts from UNO Television, Omaha Public Schools, Westside Community Schools, Metropolitan Community College, and Creighton University. TKN members produce a variety of programming with collaboration from students working in front of and behind the camera. The Knowledge Network. Feed your brain by watching Cox 17 and 18.
You're watching the Omaha News.
A new website that caters to Omaha residents and visitors alike is making waves in the internet world as one of the top places for people to go in order to learn about all that Omaha has to offer. The website, omaha.net, covers a wide variety of things ranging from restaurant reviews to event previews and interviews from people from the Omaha metro area. Joining us today is the co-owner and operator of omaha.net, Jordy Clemens. Thanks for joining us, Jordy.
Thank you for having me.
And how did you get involved in web developing?
It's an interesting story. I graduated college with a background in writing, English and philosophy, which is the kind of major where it's going to force you to get your work out there. And I saw the industry changing in terms of print media, and I decided to really, kind of give it a shot on the web. So I have a partnership with another web developer. We got together, did some small projects, and then wanted to take on something bigger that was more community-oriented. So we acquired the domain and kind of started fleshing out how we can make it work from there.
Okay, and is there anything specific that inspired you to start omaha.net?
My partner had come to Omaha first as a BMIS artist, artist in residence. Neither of us are from the city originally. And so we talked to local people and tried to learn about the community. And people told us that they'd like, to kind of find a place where they could go online to centralize online information, to get online event information, to just have an alternative source. So we kind of took that, ran with it, did a little research about what other cities were doing, and tried to offer something to the city.
And do you have a specific demographic that you're targeting for your website?
We really kind of think of ourselves as Omaha's biggest fans. And that may be corny and that may be a little bit cheesy, but it's kind of the pervasive spirit that we have at the website. We're not catering to any one user, whether it's old or young, male, female, business-oriented or not. We kind of want to be open to everyone.
Okay, and is there anything that sets you apart from other websites that are similar?
I'm not sure if there are that many other similar websites in the city itself. There certainly are nationally, but each website in the city is going to have a target market. Whether they do print, whether they do web advertising, whether they do writing like we do, and we're just trying to carve out a niche for ourselves, to being very open to community involvement, to having writers that are able to use us as a platform, to having video and photography, business owners, anyone that really wants to get engaged in the community. We provide a highly targeted market for them to do that engagement, and we're just trying to learn how to best serve the community.
Okay, and you mentioned community involvement. What are some ways that you would get involved with the community?
Lately we've had people write about, say a barbecue restaurant in Elkhorn, Boyd and Charlie's, or alcohol density in the city, and these are very different. Topics. And there's a lot of different ways people can engage. We have people that write about veterinary topics. We have people that write about, local food and farmers markets. We're trying to be a resource to the community and to provide people a place they can turn to for maybe the news that isn't being covered, and to get their event information out there, to kind of just interact with people in Omaha in a new way.
Okay. Do you have any specific goals for your website in the future?
Sure. We'd like to be kind of that go-to place people turn to when they want to know, hey, what's going on Tuesday night, or what, where should I turn to when I'm outside the city? I'm thinking to move. Where do I want to move in Omaha? What's the best resource for that kind of information? We spend a lot of time, trying to develop our site in a way that's really user-friendly and also interacts well with, existing online, both search engines, other websites. We just want to be, a place that people can turn to and kind of know they're going to get an honest opinion that's, enthusiastically geared toward Omaha.
Okay. And is there anything specific that, you might want to put out there to let people know about your website?
Just that, if you're a writer, if you're a student especially, and you're kind of looking to learn about how do I promote my writing online, what are some of these kind of behind the scenes things like search engine optimization? What does that mean? Or if I'm a business owner, how do I drive traffic to my business? We're there as a resource that wants to educate people and also help the community. So if people want to, find us on Facebook, we're there. If they want to find us on Twitter, we're there. And we're just really hoping to kind of interact with the community, to put ourselves out there and to see what comes back in a way that we can really help people.
Okay, and so they would just find you on Facebook, omaha.net?
That is certainly true. We're at Twitter at Omaha_net. They can email me anytime, Jordy@omaha.net. We're out there and we're ready to be helpful to people, and hopefully students especially can get involved.
Thank you so much, Jordy.
Thank you.
And if you'd like to find out more about the website, you can visit omaha.net.
The UNO Art Gallery is hosting the African American Masters Art Exhibition the entire month of September. More on that after the break.
We'll also be taking a look at Mudslide, an event where getting dirty and having fun are synonymous. You're watching the Omaha News on the Knowledge Network.
Hi, I'm Meshach Taylor, actor and public television supporter, encouraging you to become a fan of UNO Television. Located on the University of Nebraska at Omaha campus, UNO Television is a unit of the College of Communication, Fine Arts, and Media. Student crew members are trained and placed in broadcasting positions that give them real-world experience. Many students move seamlessly into jobs within the local television market. UNO Television, student crew, professional staff, award-winning results.
Watch ICU Learning English on the Knowledge Network on Talk 17.
Only one program has remained dedicated to examining all the information on issues that really matter to Nebraskans. Watch Consider This, a program produced by UNO Television to give you more information than your typical newscast.
If you're an Omaha kid feeling tired and slow, here's the numbers you ought to know. Eat 5 fruits and veggies every day. Drink 4 glasses of water, okay? Eat 3 foods from the dairy scene. And just 2 hours in front of the screen. Now take 1 hour to move around. And that's the Healthy Kids Countdown.
For games, ideas, and other fun stuff about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Visit livewellomahkids.org. But don't stay long.
You're watching the Omaha News.
If you're looking for a new way to enjoy culture, look no further. The University of Nebraska at Omaha campus offers a new place to go. For the month of September, the UNO Art Gallery will be featuring the African American Masters Art Exhibition from the Sheldon Museum of Art. Denise Brady, coordinator of the Art Gallery, tells what brought this historical exhibit from Lincoln.
They added these pieces of African American art to their collection in a concerted effort to broaden the scope of their collection. The biggest obstacle, I think, with getting people here is the intimidation Omahans feel about parking on campus.
If you're interested in seeing the art gallery on the UNO campus and parking is a concern, you can dial 554-2796 and the coordinators can send you a visitor's pass. A few UNO students share their thoughts about the new African American pieces.
I didn't really know they had like real artists displaying here.
It offers like a lot of like really good learning opportunities because you can actually come in and observe and like, I don't know, learn more specifically about what you're trying to do in your art classes.
This is kind of like abstract arts, which is interesting, and that's the kind of arts I prefer.
This exhibit will be showing until September 23rd. The gallery is located in Weber Hall, room 129.
The Nebraska State Patrol is distributing decks of playing cards that include information on some of the state's unsolved killings and disappearances. Each card contains a picture of the victim as well as details about their disappearance or murder. The State Patrol hopes these cards will spark new tips in cold cases. The decks were handed out to law enforcement agencies across county jails across Nebraska.
Some people know how to have good, clean fun while getting dirty. As Kelly Alt reports, there's one event that allows just that.
It's a beautiful day at Soaring Wings Vineyard, and today people are here for more than wine.
Well, Mudfest is an event where a lot of people come out, and some people run for time, and some people just run for fun.
The 4th annual Mudfest is underway, and the costumes aren't the only thing that make this 5K unique.
You jump over hay bales, you run through tires, you run through the vineyard. It's a great time.
There's obstacles and something else.
What makes Mudfest different than other races is this big pool of mud you see behind me. Runners run through it not once, but twice.
Squishy, smelled. It smells. It's not good in your mouth.
The mud is what this race is all about.
Nice kind of goo all over the place, and then as you're running it's drying, so it's kind of falling off you too.
But why do people want to get dirty?
They want to have fun. You know, you can compete, or you can just go out and walk around, wear funny costumes, and have a good time. And that's what most of the people do.
We got to dress up like Catholic schoolgirls.
It's just fun.
Fun is why people participate, and with 2 races to choose from, everyone can join in.
Now, the second run is just for fun. We have a lot of kids and families run around the course.
It's kind of long though, but it feels good. The mud's like really dirty.
The fun doesn't stop once you get cleaned off.
But only here do you finish with a great view of the countryside and get a sample award-winning, fantastic wine.
And with the wine, of course. Good wine. Good weather, great venue.
And so, a beautiful day turns into a beautiful evening. For the Omaha News, I'm Kelly Alt.
Next year's Mudfest will occur the day before Labor Day.
Next week, we'll be talking about flu season and the need for you to receive a preventative shot.
And we'll have more on the name change for Omaha's bus service. Thanks for watching the Omaha News. Have a great week.
University of Nebraska at Omaha is where you'll find unlimited possibilities. At UNO, our 15,000 students are learning what they need to know to join the workforce of tomorrow. With 200 programs, students participate in innovative academics and are engaged in dynamic campus and community life. The University of Nebraska at Omaha. Step up to the metropolitan advantage at bmav.com.
Find your inspiration with Classical 90.7 KVNO.
Feed your brain with original programs from the Knowledge Network. TKN combines the resources of educational and television experts from UNO Television, Omaha Public Schools, Westside Community Schools, Metropolitan Community College, and Creighton University. TKN members produce a variety of programming with collaboration from students working in front of and behind the camera. The Knowledge Network. Feed your brain by watching Cox 17 and 18.